What's up, everyone? This is Caleper here, and I just want to say a few things before I continue with this video. As you can see, I'm not playing. I'm not intending on playing. I'm just gonna tell you a story, basically. So this is what happened. Well, this is why I'm telling a story. I was supposed to make a video about the trailer breakdown of Garage Krovi, but since I was busy with family members and my sister's party, I was taking time away from that, and then I was halfway, like more than halfway done with that. But as the days passed on, I just felt like less and less of doing it because, to me personally, I felt like the time to make a how do you say a trailer breakdown of that game, that DLC. I thought it was gone. So I just didn't want to be that one guy who makes his videos all late and shit when everybody knows what's gonna happen, what's included and shit like that. And I'm pretty stoked for it. It looks like a good map. I want that fucking Tommy gun or whatever the fuck it's called, the PPSH. I think so. One of the two. I think it's the PPSH. The ray gun Mark III. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. So I haven't been making videos because of that, and I've been struggling with them too. I've been running out of ideas of what to talk about, what to do, and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I've been running out of ideas until it hit me. I mean, I've seen other YouTubers do this while they're playing a game, telling stories about something that happened to them, whether it be funny, weird, exciting, strange, awkward, scary, and stuff like that. And then I thought it was a cool idea. I'm like, I'll give it a go, whatever. So then I have a story. I have a bunch of stories to tell, and then I'll tell them in the future, in different videos for each, so you don't get confused with one whole giant video of me talking about 7 different stories about me going to fucking Tijuana and then fucking, I don't know. It's just misleading, and you'll get confused. So it'll be one story per video. I don't know how often I'll do these videos, but just know I'll do them. So um yeah. So this one story I'm gonna talk about, it's pretty terrifying. Not for you, but for me, because I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I had a big fear of not animatronics. I'm thinking of Five Nights at Freddy's. My bad. I'm talking about people in costumes. God, oh, like I was so scared of them. If you looked at my pictures of me going to Disneyland, you would see, and if I was taking a picture next to a guy in a costume, you'd always see me cry. Like my face would be red. You couldn't even see my eyes. You could see a vein popping out on my head. I was just that scared. And then one picture made me laugh because my dad was holding me, and I was next to Buzz Lightyear. I was so scared. Like, I'm thinking to myself, who is this strange guy with the big head and a bubble head or whatever? And it was just scary. I never knew why or exactly why I was scared of people in costumes. Hell, I was even scared of people in like nice character costumes like Winnie the Pooh. If you were dressed up as Winnie the Pooh, I'd be pretty scared. Like, instinctively, I should have kicked the person in the balls. My bad. To back off or something. But nope, I'm just gonna stand there in shock and fear and watch you eat me. And I used to think they were out to get me. All the people in costumes, I thought they were out to get me in some way, in some manner. I mean, I think what scared me was how they always had the same expression on their face, and they would never blink or open or close their mouths, and I just found that weird because why can't they do that? I thought to myself, and it was just scary. It was just pretty scary for me. I couldn't understand, why can't you fucking blink, dude? Stop staring at me. Can you fucking speak? Shit, you're scaring me. And like, I know that you can't fucking move your mouth or your eyes when you're an animatronic unless it's like specially made. Fuck, I said animatronic again. I'm sorry. I mean costume. I mean, you can't move them unless you have some modified suit or something. But other than that, that was pretty much it. I had a fear of people in costumes. So this story is gonna revolve around people in the costumes. So this is how it started. I was 6 or 7 years old. Oh, sister's angry. I'm sorry about that. So I was 6 or 7 years old, and my parents decided to go take me out to eat. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, let's go eat. I'm hungry, dude. I need some food. Give me some diabetes. So then we go to this Chinese restaurant that turns out to be a buffet. And it's like, oh, thank God. Food. More food and food. Okay, so we walk inside. We go up to the counter. I'm like standing next to my parents, trying to look important and stuff. I'm right next to them. And then my mom and dad's trying to pay the lady so we can go and get her food and get stuffed and stuff. I see this guy like across the hall or whatever, and he's yellow, he's tall, he has a tall neck, he's fluffy, he has a retarded face. I mean, he has one eye looking down and the other eye looking up, and he had a fat belly too. And the best part was, he was looking right at me. Fucking yay, whatever, you know, fucking awesome. There's some weirdo in a costume looking at me, and this costume it wasn't even made like well. It looked pretty used and beat up and like, ew, just get away from me. I noticed him and I'm like, oh fuck, guy in a costume. And I'm surprised they didn't scream or cry. Like, this is the first time that I don't cry or scream or like have a vein pop out of my head when I'm next to an animatronic. But I think this is when I started like not being scared anymore of oh, I said animatronic again. Fuck. Fuck you, Freddy Fazbear. Fuck you. Okay. People in costumes. I mean, after this experience, I started to get used to people in costumes, and I didn't get scared anymore. But I was still scared. So I know that the guy is there. I know there's a person with a costume on. I'm like, fuck. I need to try to avoid this person no matter the cost. And that's what I tried doing for the whole day. We got to our table, and then I see him talking to kids. I know I'm a kid, so he might talk to me. So I have to be vigilant, you know? I have to be a fucking spy and like avoid being detected by the enemy. And I have to do my very best to not be caught by the giraffe. So then I go up with my dad to go get some food, get her plate. I walk down the halls of the food showcase and whatever. And then by the strike of luck, I bump into the bastard. I'm like, I look up. No, well, since I'm small, I look straight. I don't look up. But then when I turn around, I bump into him. I look at his feet. They're yellow and weird, shaped weird for a person. So I'm like, what the fuck? I look at his legs. A little fat and yellow and fluffy. I look up. It's the fucking giraffe. Fantastic. He's looking down at me with those retarded eyes, and it was fuck cringe. I know I'm not scared anymore, but just imagining how it was, fuck, it was weird. I'm not even kidding you. It was just fucking weird. I mean, the guy looked at me. He pats my head and says hi, and then before I could even react, he just walks away. And I'm like, bitch, I'm not done with you. Get back over here. But then I remembered I wanted to eat food, so I'm like, oh, whatever. I'll just eat the food instead. My dad laughed at me because he knows I'm scared. I was scared of people in costumes, so I'm kind of a little upset. But anyway, I just enjoyed the food for what it was. Try not to think about the stupid giraffe. So then I keep eating the food, and I realize that there's a bunch of kids that day. So maybe some promotion was going on that they needed the giraffe guy in the Chinese restaurant for some reason. And then kids are walking up to him, running and stuff, trying to take pictures, hugging him, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you doing this? Like, are you suicidal or something? He's gonna eat you. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna do something bad to you. And me being a kid, I used to think that whatever I thought, other people would think the same thing too. So I thought that these kids were also scared of him, but I also thought that they wanted to kill each other because they wanted to get a picture and get up close with the giraffe. So I thought that they wanted to die. So then, when I continue, I'm wondering how I'm gonna avoid this person. Um, uh, um, I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna avoid this guy in a costume because he's targeting all the kids. I thought it was a bad thing to do, but I noticed he's just a guy in a costume. When I think about it now, I'm thinking to myself, what am I gonna do? And then I'm just scared. I'm nervous. I'm like, fuck, he's getting close to me because we're in the same row. I was in the same row as he was with the kids, taking pictures, hugging them, getting up close in their grill, and then I'm getting nervous. I'm like, fuck, he's getting close to me. What am I gonna do? So what happened after that? He gets closer and closer to me, and my heart starts beating. I start to sweat a little, and my hands are getting kind of antsy. I don't know what to do. And then right before he gets to me, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna die. No, I refuse to die. I'm only 6 years old. I need a little bit more time to live. So what I do is I go under the bed, under the table, and then I just see what happens after that. But the fucker that he is, he stands in front of the table. I see his giant puffy ass feet, and he doesn't leave. I'm like, fuck, he knows I'm here. Of course he knows I'm here. He saw me with my dad. And I can hear him talking to my parents. Where's your kid? With that retarded face. Eyeballs looking up and down. Come on, man. And my parents point down to the table, and they start like, oh, really? He's down there. And my parents were like, yeah, he's down there. You want to say hi? They're like, Felipe, come out. I'm like, no, I don't want to come out. I want him to leave. Initially, I didn't say that. I just said no. But I just wanted the guy to leave, man. Like, just let me eat in peace. I never did anything bad to you. I don't deserve this. And he wouldn't leave. So what he did is he put one knee down, and you could see his head pop out. And it was fucking scary because his head was huge. His eyes were fucking looking up and down at the same time. They were crooked or whatever. And he looks at me and he says, hi, how are you doing? And I said, awkwardly, I said hi back, but that's all I did. I was sweating. I was grabbing onto my dad's leg just in case if he wanted to drag me out. I'm like, I'm ready for this shit. Give me your best shot. All he did was try to pat me in the head again. I didn't let him. He's like, oh, that's not nice. I still didn't say anything. But after a while, he left and he started laughing. He just went with the other kids. I got back up from under the table. I'm breathing super loudly like, oh god, I just defused the bomb or something. I'm nervous as shit right now. I felt relieved at the same time as well. And then I was kind of mad at my parents because they like rat me out saying I was under the table. I felt like the ultimate betrayal to me. And then I was pretty mad. And it was funny for them because I put in a little frowny face. And you know, since I'm a little kid, it's funny when little kids get mad because they're small and they just look like they look feisty and mad and shit like that. So then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then that same day when we left the restaurant, I got in the car. I was sitting in the back. I decided to look back at the restaurant, and I could see the guy in the costume through the window. And I don't know how or why, but he looked at me, and I'm like, come on, dude, I left the fucking restaurant. Like, come on, you already took my parents' money. What more do you want? And like, I know he wasn't working there, but I just felt like that. And then after that, he waves hi to me again and starts laughing. Now, I know you can't see the person's face, but I knew he was laughing because his chest was beating up and down. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, God damn, when is he gonna leave me alone, that fucking weirdo? But as we drive off, he still looks at me and he waves. And then I wave back, surprisingly. But I waved back a little different. What I did was I gave him the finger. Yeah, Felipe just hit puberty right there. I gave him the finger and I started getting mad. But I did it, and I think that's the first time I ever put the finger up. And when I did that, the guy stopped laughing and he looked at me with a serious face, and that's when I started laughing. And like I left, and that was like the best thug life moment for me as a kid, because I just flipped someone off, and they can't do anything about it because I just left the joint, and you can't get me, dude. So that's it. I drove off, and that was it. I got the last laugh. So fuck, that was amazing. Was it worth it? Yeah, I think it was worth it. I mean, it's fun. I'm pretty sure that one day it was some promotional deal, because ever since I've gone back as an older kid, I've never seen him there again. So he's probably in the wild hunting baby giraffes, or at some kid's party sucking horribly to keep the crowd happy or something. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but I'm glad I hadn't seen him anymore. Thankfully, I'm not scared of fucking I forgot. Well, oh yeah, the giraffe. Yeah, the giraffe. He's like so unimportant to me. I forget him. That's pretty sad. I'm sorry, giraffe, if you're seeing this. No hard feelings, buddy. You were a good player. I respect that. I have other fears anyway, so no more people in costume scare me. Hell, if you're like in a fucking, how do I say this, in a zombie suit or something, I'll like go up to you, get a picture with you, put that shit on Instagram, do all that shit. I'm not scared anymore of people in costumes, but I've been able to get other fears lately, so maybe I'll say them, maybe I won't. Who knows? Fuck, I'm sick. Sorry about that, guys. Hope you guys found this story somewhat entertaining. If not, okay. If you did, okay. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye.